It's amazing how quickly the majority of the warblers move through. When the leaves are fully on, you start hearing and seeing vireos, and of course, the scarlet tanager. It's crazy how such a bright red bird can be singing in the canopy above you, and it takes a while before you can spot it. This was our first scarlet tanager of the year, but several will make the Croasson home for the summer. About a half hour before sunset, nighthawks start circling above to eat mosquitoes. While they're hard to spot when roosting, their white wing patches make them easy to see when flying. Another aerial insectivore is the chimney swift. They spend almost their entire life airborne, and I think they're feasting on the gnats that are prevalent around the Crow River. We haven't had many flycatchers yet, but great crested are here, and they are the easiest to identify by both call and appearance. The next day, we were headed for a Memorial Weekend trip to the Boundary Waters. We stopped by the Sherburne Wildlife Drive on our way north. A week earlier, we had not seen the black terns that nest in the big ponds in the refuge. Now they were everywhere. A week earlier, one baby Saw-Whet had been poking out of the woodpecker hole that had been their nest. Now it was clear that there were 4 babies in the nest. They had all fledged and were sharing this tree about 200 yards away in the woods. Apparently it's common for them to perch near each other, but I would guess it's unique to find all 4 so close. I'm sure this makes it convenient for the parent to bring food. At this point, only the father is still around providing for the babies. One person had seen him bringing a mouse earlier that morning. We actually heard him vocalizing from pretty nearby in the trees, but we didn't see him. He'll probably drop off another meal after it gets dark. I was surprised that a couple of them seemed to bob constantly. I know they do this to show excitement. I think they probably view any visitor as a potential food source, and nothing could be more exciting. Some of the babies never got very excited, and eventually they all realized food was not coming soon. One baby finally decided to try to eat a leaf. The main impression I got was that the babies had lots of energy, but since they're not ready to hunt on their own, they're forced to sit on a secret perch all day long and wait for food to be brought. They are born with almost adult-sized eyes, but are still busy learning how to dial in their depth perception. They're also developing coordination and processing skills. This close face contact, which looks like kissing, is probably a combination of being hungry and curious. As close as the babies seem now, the siblings will be spread out in a couple weeks and will be completely independent by 6 weeks. I can't overstate how unique and special an opportunity it is to see 4 Saw-Whets together perched in one tree. Saw-Whets are a cryptic, nocturnal small owl. It's very unusual to find a nest and much more unlikely to find them after they fledge. There's only a couple-week period after fledging where the babies will be together. Soon they'll lose their cute, fluffy look, and they will look like cute adult Saw-Whets. In all my years in the woods, I've never seen anything like this and probably won't again. They're such a unique-looking baby owl, and seeing 4 of them interacting with each other all in the same tree made you question if what we were seeing was even real. The Boundary Waters was basically in another climate zone, just starting to think about spring. But loons, goldeneyes, and mergansers were all busy fishing on the lakes that we canoed. On the Gunflint side, most lakes are long and skinny, running from east to west, with high bluffs on each side. The shoreline is all cedar trees that have not been touched by deer. Higher up the hill is aspen that are just starting to bud, and then each hill is crested with white pine. The migrating warblers had all arrived, and you could see them darting out over the water from all the cedar trees. Every northern species was present and easily viewed, but I had to settle for iPhone video because I wasn't about to try to portage my camera. But I would strongly recommend a Memorial Boundary Waters trip to anyone who loves warblers. We've seen mainly black-throated green and magnolia warblers, but there were also lots of Blackburnian, black-throated blue, bay-breasted, and Cape May warblers, as well as a few chestnut-sided. Other birds we heard constantly were the white-throated sparrows and the winter wren. Returning home, I discovered the dickcissel and the bobolink were both back calling in the grassy farm fields. I heard both, but didn't get a photo. However, I did capture this harrier hunting in the golden hour. It's probably a male because they are much paler gray in color, and with the low sun angle, you could almost get a steel blue tone. I could see the blue with my eyes before I even took the photo. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us on our May birding adventures, and we'll see you next time.